Do you want the best tips and tricks from a professional NFT trader? That's what we're going over in today's video. Everything I wish I knew when I started NFTs and how you can quickly start building a $100,000 portfolio. Also, if you want whitelist for a hyped free mint coming up, like and comment on this video and subscribe to this channel. Yo, it's cool times, getting to my cats, sup to all my ducks. I got 6 important lessons for you guys to learn today. Let's get into that video. Adobe's over 100,000 followers. I'm giving out 3 whitelist spots on this video. Just like and comment. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel. So the very first thing you need to know when you're flipping NFTs is that you have to create a list of very focused thesis statements, and you have to be principled. So when I first started out flipping NFTs, here are some of my thesis statements I made. Number 1, I said that Cool Cats was going to be culturally relevant for a long time because it was the first cute art profile picture. It appealed to tons of different people, kids, women, guys like me, people with cats. Another thing I said was Sup Ducks was the best profile picture art I've seen. I made these thesis statements when Cool Cats was at like 0.8 ETH. I made this thesis statement about Sup Ducks when they were at like 0.2 ETH. So pick a couple projects, pick a couple of types of projects. It could be metaverse, it could be play to earn gaming, it could be profile pictures. Pick a type of project or pick specific projects that you really believe in, that you have high conviction on. I'm talking about all gas, no brakes, full conviction, no hesitation, projects you believe in and that you can literally write statements about. Because that brings me to number 2 on our list today, guys. It's flip good projects. So this is probably something a lot of people don't do. They don't do a good enough job of buying projects they really believe in and then flipping those. Just because you love a project doesn't mean you need to hold on to it forever. So like Cool Cats the other day, I bought one for 8.5. I thought that was a little low 14 days ago. Ended up flipping it for 9. I mean, with fees and everything, that's not that much of a profit, but it starts to add up. Because look, if you're flipping good projects, the only downside is that you'll have good projects in your wallet. And inevitably, these projects will pump again. So like the other night, I had Moonbird's FOMO, and I was like, you know what? This is a good project. At the very worst, I'm gonna be stuck with a Moonbird's, where I think has a lot of long-term value. But if I can flip it in the short term, that'll be worth it. So I bought one for 18.699, and I've been listing it last couple hours. I'm trying to sell it right now for 20.5, which is kind of like the floor on it right now. Instead of trying to flip like bored monkey ass eaters, I'm trying to flip projects that if it does dip back down, I'm still with a good project. So if this doesn't sell, this Moonbird doesn't sell at 20.5, I'm still okay with it in a long-term sense because there's nesting, there's things coming up. So guys, the most important thing to know is if I'm going to be flipping projects, pick projects that are actually good, because there's a lot of upside, of course, because at any moment these projects can gigapump. We saw that with Azuki a couple weeks back. And at the downside, you have a good long-term play in your wallet. Okay, the third tip you guys need to know is never buy rares, only buy floors. So let's actually use Mutant Ape Yacht Club as an example. We'll keep talking about them. They're currently at 28.96. That's an all-time high. But let's just go through and see how many of these sales recently have been rare. So you see that's a floor, basically floor. How long can we scroll? Okay, 36. This is a bit above floor. So the point I want to make here is if you just go through any project's activity page, you're more likely, way more likely to see floors being sold than rares. So it might be cool if I'm a long-term collector to have a rare, but if I'm trying to flip and make money in a short-term period, it's way more liquid to have floor NFTs. Finding a buyer for a rare NFT usually requires you to go into Discords, talk to people in marketplace channels on Discords. It's really tough to find buyers who are gonna buy something above floor. So again, we're just scrolling here. All of these volume-wise are floors right now. So I only buy things that can increase my margins as much as possible. If I'm ever going to buy a rare, it's something I put in my vault for maybe 6 months to a year. If it's anything less than 6 months to a year, it's way more liquid, it's way more profitable to have just a floor NFT. And I don't care if it's the worst looking NFT at the floor. Just buy the one at the floor. Buy the cheapest one possible, okay? Okay, tip number 4 is pretty interesting. Always sell by Sunday night. Here's what I've noticed in my many months of NFT trading is Sunday night is a time for post-nut clarity. You know, all weekend people have been jerking off and having fun. Maybe they went out and they day drank or they had some wine with their girlfriend. When Sunday night comes around, you realize Monday morning is there right around the corner and you have work. That's when people start to panic sell from the weekend. The weekend volume is always very high, Sunday night volume very high. So let's actually look at Moonbirds last night. We can see this is about, 9 to 10 to 11 p.m. Eastern time Sunday night. So you can see the floor. We're in the 20s here, and then boom, you start seeing what, an 18 sale? Let's see, we can keep going. Notice we were in the 20s. Now we're starting to see 19, 19, 19. This is all 10 hours ago. This is all Sunday night here. 18.5, 18.43. I promise you, Sunday night is when you want to start selling your bags. If you can do it like Sunday day, that's usually peak, but Sunday night is the best time to sell. You don't want to be caught holding a bag Monday morning. I'll tell you right now, that people are undercutting on Monday mornings when they realize they have to go back to their job and they're no longer drunk from the weekend. Okay, number 5 is very important for when you're selling your NFTs. Check the current listings and see how far away they are from the current floor. Okay, so using Moonbirds again, let's just look at the listings right now. So we're at, I think it's about a 20.5 floor, like 20 ETH floor. So we're seeing tons of listings right now, 21, 25, 22. So we know that there's a lot of listings within that 21 to 22 range. So the safe spot to go is, like, you see this person went really low at 20.2 just because there's tons of listings. The more listings there are, the less bullish you should be. Tons of people just go on OpenSea and they're just like, oh, what are the recent sales? And they see it flying. Well, it doesn't matter if there's 50 sales in the last minute, if there's been 100 listings in the last minute. You're just fighting in quicksand. So again, 20.4, 21. Seems like a lot of people are trying to undercut here. Tons of listings, 20.497. So this is a time where you want to sell. A time when you don't want to sell is when you see listings, but they're above floor. So if the listings are at 25 to 30 ETH and the floor is currently at 20, that means that all those 20 to 25 can sell and that wall will start at 25. Okay, last thing I wanted to point out, rule number 6. Rule number 6. Do I even have my number? I was like 6. Rule number 6. And this is gonna be tough for a lot of my viewers to hear, and even tough for me to hear. I still struggle with this all the time. NFTs in a 0.1 to 0.15 range, that's the death range, okay? That is the death range. So let's just look here. If you look at the most bulk of NFTs in any price range, you're gonna see them a lot between the 0.1 to 0.5 because that's basically a lottery ticket. People are taking lottery tickets, making bets to see if one of these can pump up to a 2x to 0.3, 0.4. But truthfully, many of these are going to become very, very illiquid soon. And this is tough to see. Some of these projects I do love, but the truth of the matter is you really, really should be looking at projects above the 0.2 range. They have much more stability and they have much more ability to be swept up to a better floor, in my opinion. So if you can stack up ETH so you're not in the 0.1 to 0.15 death range, very few projects succeed out of that range and many go to die. Also remember, sometimes the best move to make is to not make a move. My grandma used to tell me sometimes you have to take your dick out if you want to fuck. Well, sometimes you have to jerk off so you don't have to fuck. Sometimes you don't want to fuck. You gotta just rub one out. Get what I'm saying, guys? Or sometimes you gotta rub one out, then go to your NFTs and realize, do I still even want these NFTs? No. Have that post-nut clarity at all time. Be emotionally detached, guys. When you're trading with emotions, that's how you get into trouble, especially if you want to be a short-term professional flipper with a portfolio over $100,000. Also guys, as always, this video and channel is sponsored by FTX US. Make sure to go check them out. Recently, Coachella and FTX gave away free NFTs to pass holders. Blew up this past weekend at Coachella. They're like top 10 on the App Store. FTX US is doing so many great strategic partnerships, and it's the cheapest place to buy crypto. So go use my code below, get your crypto. All right, boys, remember to like and comment on this video, subscribe to this channel. I'm giving out those whitelist spots for Adobe's. Gonna be hugely hyped. Don't miss out on this one. Appreciate the support so much. Hope you guys had a great weekend and a great Monday. Until next time, just remember to say, gang, gang.